You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS soap opera fans. It is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we have got something to talk to you about. This is a Why in Our Comings and Goings question, and it is about Elizabeth Hendrickson's fate as Chloe Mitchell. She was chatting on an Instagram Live this week, and she said some things that sent fans into a panic, wondering if Chloe is done at Y&R. We're going to tell you exactly what she said and why it upset fans and why we're wondering if Kevin Fisher is also gone for good as well. We're going to dig into that in just a second, but if you haven't already, reach down, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless updates, spoilers, and more. So this week, while actress Elizabeth Hendrickson was waiting on a flight, she invited fans to ask her any questions that they might have, and so they came in with one. The big question was, why are you not on Y&R very often? Chloe needs a story. So Elizabeth Hendrickson answered this, which is nice since she invited them to ask. She said, "Very sweet that you miss Chloe. Unfortunately, I'm not on contract anymore, so they only work with me when they write for Chloe. I miss telling stories from Chloe's point of view." Okay, so that explains why we don't see her a whole lot. But then here's the thing she said that really kind of freaked out fans. She said, "I had a good run, though, and love that I still see my friends a few times a month." It is the "I had a good run" comment that had people kind of panicking, and then a bunch of people piled into her comments, and so she came back and clarified more. We'll talk about that in just a second. Since Elizabeth Hendrickson came in 2008 as Chloe Mitchell, she has done more than 900 episodes, and she's done some wild stuff. Y'all know Chloe's run. I mean, she has been involved with Billy. There was the whole incredible Delia death story. You know, so many things. She blew up Adam when Justin Hartley left the role. Remember, she blew him up in The Cabin. She has done a whole lot. She's not nearly as crazy as she used to be, which to me kind of makes her a lot less fun. And these days, we see her occasionally with her assumed BFF, Chelsea Lawson, but almost all of her scenes now are with Sally Spectra, talking about the business, occasionally talking about the baby. But basically, we only get to see Elizabeth Hendrickson as Chloe Mitchell when there's something going on to Sally that they need her to come on and say. So the bottom line is 2023 has been a very Chloe light year. She's been in just 16 episodes in the 23 weeks of the year that have occurred so far. That's about one episode every couple of weeks, maybe a couple of times a month. Generally, I think it comes down to she'll be in 2 or 3, and then it'll be, past a month, and then she might pop up for just a little bit. And we also want to talk about Kevin Fisher, who is Chloe's husband. He's played by Greg Rickhart, and we have to say that him not being around might also affect the amount of storyline opportunity that Elizabeth Hendrickson has as Chloe. Greg Rickhart, if you didn't know it, is busy over at Days of Our Lives. He's playing this really fun gay character. He's a gossip writer known as Lady Whistleblower. The character's actual name is Leo Stark, and Leo is a whole lot of fun, and it's drastically different from his character of Kevin because Leo is flamboyantly gay, where Kevin is heterosexual and married to Chloe, and they have a kid. But the character he's playing over on Days is a whole lot of fun, and he looks to be on contract over there, although it is kind of hard to say about Days of Our Lives whether people are on contract or not. I don't know if you know about this, but they rotate people around like there is a revolving door in the lobby. So people will be front burner, then they'll be gone, and then they'll come back, and they shoot 6 months ahead. So it's also really hard to tell, okay, this actor is working on Days right now because they shot the scenes half a year ago. So it is kind of hard where the other soaps all shoot like 4 to 5 weeks ahead, and you can say, okay, this actor was still working then. But for right now, we are seeing Leo Stark, who Greg Rickhart plays on Days of Our Lives, constantly. So he was clearly busy over there. Meanwhile, that doesn't leave any room for him to come play Kevin in scenes with his wife, Chloe, on Y&R. So she was quick to clear things up. So the good thing is, if you saw her little Instagram AMA and Ask Me Anything, you might have panicked. But then the good news is Elizabeth Hendrickson specified that she is not done at Y&R. She's just on a recurring as needed basis. She said, "I guess I've confused some of you. I am still on the show, exclamation point, exclamation point. I'm just not under contract, which means I work when they write for Chloe. I am not guaranteed a certain number of shows per week/per month. Exclamation point again. If you don't know this, there's several different ways that you can be on a soap opera. You can be a contract actor, which means you have a contract with the show, and it specifies that you will get X number of episodes a week or a month. It's very specific, and they have to meet that guideline when they sign that contract with you, which means they have to write for your character. Then there is recurring, and a recurring character is one that, just like it says, they recur. They pop up now and then as needed for storyline purposes, but with no guarantee of how much work they will get or won't get. They just are agreeing to pop up when needed. Sometimes actors can't pop up when they're recurring because they've taken on other projects, because being recurring doesn't pay nearly as well as being on contract. So she is on a recurring basis, and I would be willing to bet that Greg Rickhart is too, the guy who plays her husband Kevin. So before we finish talking about her fate over on Y&R, if you haven't already, please reach down and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless updates. I do think we're probably going to be seeing more of Chloe rather than less, even though fans were worried that Elizabeth Hendrickson might be leaving Y&R, that Chloe might be out for good, just because of what she said. I actually think we're going to be seeing more of her, and if you wonder why, it's because her brand new redhead bestie, Sally Spectra, has more of a pregnancy crisis next week. She's got this intense pain, and she's doubled over at the Restaurant Society. Adam's there, he's panicking. We already know that she has high blood pressure and is at risk for preeclampsia, and that generally leads to a premature birth situation, a lot of times where they have to induce labor early to get the baby out so that the high blood pressure doesn't kill the expectant mother. So with her best friend suffering all this stuff, I feel like we're probably going to start seeing more of Chloe in upcoming weeks. I'm excited about it. Love me some Chloe. Hope you love her too. And I hope, if you were worried by what she said on Instagram, that we have dispelled any anxiety, because it definitely looks like Elizabeth Hendrickson sticks around as Chloe Mitchell on Y&R.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.